I am on the highway of life, and I'm looking at 60 in my rear view mirror. There's a signpost up ahead. Kind of barely make it out. Oh crap! Road ends ahead. Life is a one-way highway with no beep. At the next legal opportunity, make a U-turn. Beep! It wasn't too long ago I used to think about sex every 5 minutes. Really, every 3. But now my mind is preoccupied with thoughts of death every 3 minutes. When I go to get a hamburger, they ask me if I want to supersize. Supersize? Really? More food that's bad for me? More soda, more sugar, raising my glucose index, inching me closer to type 2 diabetes? More potatoes, more grease, more salt, pushing up my already high blood pressure, endangering my kidneys? And more cholesterol, plugging my already narrow arteries, starving my heart of the blood it so desperately needs, leading me to an introduction to the #1 killer among all groups, myocardial infarction. The big one, a heart attack. Supersize me? Are you trying to kill me? This could be my last meal. Supersize me. I'm starting to say a lot of post-mortem goodbyes to friends and relatives. Post-mortem. I think that translates to as stiff as a fence post. My wife hasn't seen a post-mortem in months. One of the ways I know my friends have died is I get a mean text back saying they no longer have that number. Funerals have moved from people in boxes to a poster-sized picture of a person in a jar. The only person I know that lives in a jar is Jeannie. She comes out every once in a while. My big complaint about cremation is that I don't know what to say to a jar of ashes. I mean, I can walk up to an open casket and look in and mumble some traditional words of condolences to the friends and family. Oh, he looks so peaceful. That was Mike's favorite tie. I'm gonna miss you, buddy. They got his foundation color right. Hey, that bastard is wearing my watch! Okay. But what do I say now? They sure did a great job photoshopping Bob's goiter. That urn really captures the spirit of the man. Hey, where'd you get that vase? I think that'd look great in my dining room. Are you planning on taking Bob home with you? Here's a thought about cremation. Do they roll the body into the fiery furnace butt naked? If not, what do they do with the zippers and buttons and such? And why do we call it an urn? It's really just a very expensive ash bin. Which begs the question, do these things have some sort of a fire code related to them? Don't want a hot ash flaring up and resulting in a house fire. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is your on-location reporter mocking Ray. Yet another house fire caused by yet another improperly stored urn. We're seeing a lot of house fires starting from people improperly storing their loved ones on wood mantles and a hot ash flaring up. Your local fire department is recommending you leave your cremated relatives outside the house, away from wood and other flammable materials for at least 13 days before bringing them into your home. Back to you in the studio. That 13-day recommendation for cremated relatives, I like to apply to some of my living or uncremated relatives. A big plus that cremation has got going for it is that it's reducing the amount of zombies and vampires walking among us. Here's a thought to get people comfortable with the idea of death. When you die, you get a new body. Well, that kind of makes me a renter and God the landlord. So I might as well trash this place because I don't think I'm getting my damage deposit back. What if the rules were you had to take your current body into the next life? There's going to be a lot of old ugly people in heaven. If I knew I had to take this body into the next life, I would have taken a walk now and then. Here's a decision I never thought I'd have to make when I was 39. What to do with my body when I'm post-mortem. What to do with my shell. It's kind of been with me for as long as I can remember, so I probably should give it some serious thought. I'm limited to 3 options. Donate my body to science, traditional burial, and cremation. Donate my body to science. What a wonderful thing to do. Donate my body to science, where they could study my brain and my organs and maybe come up with a cure to some devastating disease. I don't know. When I see myself laying naked on a cold table with a bunch of pimply-faced pre-med students prejudging the size of my penis, I'm not going to do it. No. Traditional burial. Family and friends walking by reciting traditional words of condolences, telling me how peaceful I look, noticing I got my watch back. I don't know. The thought of some stranger giving me a sponge bath, dressing me like a paper doll, not getting my foundation right, and then putting me in a box in the ground? When I think about it that way, it just sounds creepy. Well, that just leaves cremation. Reducing my body to the essence of chemicals and minerals. Rendering away all my fat, which Weight Watchers never could do. Being able to fit all of this into a Ziploc bag. Being rolled into a fiery furnace? Hey, that'll give my body a taste of what my soul's going to be going through. Hey, this body is a reason for a lot of the sinning I've been doing. I know what pic I'd like to use, what picture. It'll be an after the fire pic. A pile of my ashes wearing a watch. The person of death? I'm not scared of the person of death. Death has been portrayed as some 8-foot-tall skeleton wearing a black bathrobe, carrying a medieval garden implement. You! I want you! I come for you! Bah! I've seen way too many versions of the Christmas Carol to be scared of the person of death. In fact, I'm starting to think of death as that relative that only shows up empty-handed for holiday dinners. Hey, death! Wouldn't it kill you to bring a bottle of wine? If I was death, I'd ask for a wardrobe change. Tell you what I would do. I would dress death in a black Nike hoodie, and I'd give him some sagging pants, exposing his boxers, and I'd give him a garden hoe. Hey, if I was woke up one night by some guy wearing a black Nike hoodie, wearing sagging pants, flashing his boxers with a garden hoe by his side, standing at the foot of my bed, that would get me negotiating right now. And if death didn't take me, I'd wet the bed and die of embarrassment. I had a couple of friends who just died in their sleep. Their famous last words, "I think I'll take a nap." Next time I saw them, they were in a jar and I had no traditional words of condolences. That's the way I want to go. I just want to go to bed and never wake up. I want to close my eyes after a hard day's work, wearing my favorite pajamas, the woman I love by my side, my dogs at my feet. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. Yes, dear God, please take me in my sleep. I haven't slept for weeks. I can't sleep. Every time I start to doze off, I spring out of bed and cry, "I don't want to die!" My wife and dogs have moved to the spare bedroom. Who do I want to help me get to the other side? Who do I want to help me cross over? Jessica Love Hewitt? No. I want the original Colonel Sanders. You do realize there's no R's in Colonel, right? I want the original Colonel Sanders holding a bucket of original fried chicken, not oven baked, original fried chicken. And I want coleslaw, baked beans, extra mashed potatoes and gravy, and biscuits with those little fake patties of butter. And I want him standing there saying, "Come to the bucket, come to the bucket." I have a friend who wants to die during the act of intercourse, wants to die while having sex. Woohoo! But I think the very possibility of having a three-way with some guy wearing a black Nike hoodie and sagging pants, flashing his boxers, holding a garden hoe, is going to remove all prospects of a postmortem. As for me, I think my death will be like sex. My wife will be disappointed, and I'll go to sleep. I'm having fun. I hope you are also. Please like me and subscribe. I'm all out of words.